The vast, desolate landscape stretches endlessly under a bruised sky. Wind howls across empty grassland. A modest wooden ranch house stands isolated, smoke curling from its chimney. A barn looms nearby, weathered and worn. Snow begins to fall, unusual for this region, adding an eerie quality to the scene. Thomas Ashford, 50s, weathered face, calloused hands, leads his horse toward the barn. He wears a heavy coat and hat, his breath visible in the freezing air. He moves with the deliberate pace of a man accustomed to hard work and solitude. Thomas, to himself, storm's coming worse than the almanac promised. He reaches the barn door. Before he can open it, he hears a sound, faint, almost imperceptible beneath the wind. A whimper. Human. Young. Thomas freezes. His hand rests on the wooden frame. He listens. Thomas, so indeed, hello? He pulls the door open. Hey, and dust swirl in the dim interior. The whimper comes again, from the far corner, behind bales of hay. Thomas grabs a lantern hanging by the door and lights it. The flame casts dancing shadows across the barn's interior. He moves carefully toward the sound. Thomas, so indeed, I won't hurt you. Show yourself. Behind the hay bales, a figure emerges. Little deer 14, Comanche, shivering violently, crawls forward. Her dress is torn. Her skin is deep brown, but now has a dangerous, bluish tint. Her lips are nearly purple. Her eyes are wide with fear and fever. Little dear, in Comanche, then broken English, please, please. Thomas kneels down, keeping his movements slow and gentle. Thomas, easy, child. Easy. What's your name? Where are you from? Little dear, through chattering teeth. Little dear. Comanche. My father, he ride far. I get lost. Thomas, you're freezing. Come on. We need to get you inside where it's warm. Thomas removes his coat and wraps it around her. She's too weak to resist. He lifts her carefully. She weighs almost nothing and carries her toward the barn door. Thomas, so indeed, softly, don't worry. You're safe now. A simple, sparse interior. A fire crackles on the hearth. A wooden table. A bed in the corner. A few portraits of a woman, his late wife, perhaps. Thomas gently places little dear on a chair near the fire. He moves with surprising tenderness, retrieving blankets and hot water from a pot. Thomas, what's your father's name? Little dear, barely audible, Storm Rider. Great warrior. He find me. She trails off, her eyes closing. Thomas drapes blankets around her. He brings the hot water and begins to warm her hands in it. Thomas, softly, Storm Rider. Well, Storm Rider, your daughter's going to be all right. That's a promise. Thomas works through the night, maintaining her temperature, giving her warm broths, monitoring her breathing. The wind outside grows louder, more violent. Snow piles against the windows. Gray light filters through the windows. The storm has passed. Snow blankets everything outside, the ground, the barn, the fence posts. Little dear lies in Thomas's bed, covered in quilts. Her breathing is steady now. Her color has returned somewhat. Thomas sits in a chair beside her, a cup of coffee growing cold in his hands. He's been awake all night. Thomas stands and moves to the window. Thomas, to himself, what have I done? He turns to look at little dear. For a moment, his expression softens. Then it hardens again, with worry. Suddenly, Thomas hears a sound outside. At first, it's distant. Then it grows louder. Thunder, but not from the sky. Hoofbeats. Many of them. Thomas moves quickly to the window and peers out. Thomas, indeed. Under his breath, oh Lord. The sound grows deafening. Then, riders appear over the ridge. A line of Comanche warriors, perhaps 20 strong. They're mounted on horses, carrying rifles and bows. They move in military formation toward the ranch. At the front, Storm Rider 40s, commanding presence, fierce eyes, scarred face. His bearing radiates authority and controlled fury. The warriors surround the barn and house, encircling them completely. Some riders dismount. Others remain on their horses, weapons visible. The tension is suffocating. Storm Rider dismounts and walks toward the house with measured, deliberate steps. 2 warriors flank him. Thomas watches through the window. His jaw clenches. Behind him, Little Deer stirs in bed. Little Deer, weakly, "Father?" Thomas turns to her. She's struggling to sit up. Thomas, don't move. Stay in bed. Little Deer, my father is here. I hear him. I hear thunder, his horse. Thomas hears a heavy knock on the door. Not aggressive, but forceful. Demanding. Thomas, to Little Deer, don't say anything. Let me talk. Thomas moves to the door and opens it. Storm Rider stands there, his expression unreadable. The morning light reflects off his face, revealing old scars and new determination. Storm Rider, in broken English, but with perfect clarity. "You have my daughter." Thomas, calmly. "She was freezing, lost in the storm. I brought her inside, gave her shelter. That's all." Storm Rider, his eyes narrow. "That is not all. You took her. You hide her." Thomas, firmly, "No. She found shelter in my barn. I brought her to warmth and safety. Your daughter was suffering hypothermia. She would have died." A long moment passes. Storm Rider's hand rests on the hilt of his knife. His warriors watch intensely from their positions. Storm Rider, "I see her." Thomas, "She's resting. She's still recovering from the cold." Storm Rider, his voice drops, dangerous. "You touch her, I kill you." Slow. Thomas, meeting his eyes. "I gave her warmth and broth. Nothing more. I'm a man of my word, just as you are a man of yours. I kept her alive for her father. That's all." Storm Rider studies Thomas's face. The silence stretches. Outside, the warriors shift nervously on their horses. The wind whistles through the frozen landscape. Storm Rider, finally, "I see my daughter." Alone. Thomas, stepping aside, of course. Thomas opens the door wider. Storm Rider enters, his warriors remaining outside, watching through the windows. Little Deer sees her father, and her face transforms. Relief and love flood her features. She reaches out weakly. Little Deer, in Comanche, "Father. Father, I was lost. So cold. This man saved me." Storm Rider moves to her. His fierce expression softens. He kneels beside the bed and takes her hand gently. He speaks to her in rapid Comanche, his voice tender in a way his face never suggested possible. Little Deer, "Suntid." In Comanche, responding. "I rode too far, chasing the deer. When the snow came, I could not find my way home." Storm Rider touches her forehead, checking her temperature. He examines her for injuries. His warriors' eyes take in every detail. Thomas stands respectfully by the window, giving them privacy. He watches the warriors outside, who remain mounted and alert. Finally, Storm Rider stands. He turns to face Thomas directly. "Storm Rider, you save her life. This is truth." Thomas, simply, "Yes." Storm Rider, "She would die if you not bring her in." Thomas, "Yes. The cold was too much." Storm Rider considers this. The emotion that crosses his face is complex: gratitude, uncertainty, the weight of owing a debt to someone from an opposite world. Storm Rider, finally, "You are a man of honor. This I see. My daughter, she like you. She see goodness." Thomas, "She's a brave girl. Didn't panic. Stayed calm." Storm Rider nods slightly. He reaches into his pouch and removes a small carved stone, an eagle in flight. Storm Rider, "This is gift. Sign of gratitude from Storm Rider. Any man carry this. My people not harm him. My word." He places it in Thomas's hand. Their eyes meet. Two men from different worlds, recognizing something essential in each other. Thomas, taking it carefully, "Thank you. Your word is your bond. I understand this." Storm Rider returns to his daughter's side. He speaks quietly to her in Comanche. She nods, tears streaming down her face. Storm Rider, to Thomas, "I prepare a horse. My daughter ride with me. We go home." Thomas, "She should rest another day. The fever is breaking, but..." Storm Rider, firmly but not unkindly, "She will ride with her people. We have healers. She will heal better with family." Thomas, nodding with respect, "I understand." Thomas moves about quickly, preparing items for Little Deer's journey. He bundles blankets, provides food and water in containers. Storm Rider emerges from the house, carrying Little Deer carefully. His warriors have prepared a horse with a comfortable, padded saddle. They have brought a travois, a carrying frame, as well, should the girl need to rest during the journey. Thomas stands in the doorway, watching. Storm Rider gently places Little Deer on the prepared saddle, arranging blankets around her carefully. Little Deer, calling to Thomas, "Thank you, kind man. My father will tell my people of your honor." Thomas, with a slight smile, "Go safely, Little Deer. May the sun shine on your journey." Storm Rider mounts his horse, with practiced ease. He looks down at Thomas one final time. Storm Rider, solemnly, "You have honor. You have heart. This is rare. Remember this." Storm Rider does not forget those who save his blood. He raises his arm in a gesture that might be farewell, might be blessing. His warriors begin to move, forming a protective formation around the girl. They ride off together, disappearing over the ridge into the vast landscape. The sound of hoofbeats fades. The wind picks up, carrying away the sound entirely. Thomas watches until they're gone. He looks down at the carved stone eagle in his hand. He turns it over slowly, examining it. Thomas, to himself, "A man saves a life, he changes it. Both ways." He walks to the fireplace and places the stone eagle on the mantel, where it catches the firelight. Thomas moves to the bed where Little Deer lay. He straightens the blankets. On the pillow, he finds a single long black hair. He picks it up gently and lets it drift into the fire, watching it disappear into flame and smoke. Thomas, so indeed, quietly, "May you ride safely, Little Deer. May your father's warriors protect you. May you grow strong." He looks around his empty house, the quiet, the solitude that suddenly feels profound. Thomas, so indeed, and may I never forget that goodness exists everywhere, even where we least expect it. The landscape stretches endlessly. The snow glows pink and gold in the setting sun. In the distance, barely visible, a line of riders moves across the plain. Storm Rider and his warriors, carrying the girl home. In the foreground, the ranch house stands alone, smoke curling from its chimney. Thomas stands in the doorway, small against the vast landscape, holding the stone eagle to his chest. The wind carries the sounds of hoofbeats, fading and fading until there is only silence and the eternal Texas wind.